Where have you been, miss? You weren't here. This was all locked up and it was all in darkness. There was an incident and there was no staff to attend the incident. There was an incident. There was an incident with Alex.
Okay.
Alex needs more care. He needs to be in the West Wing.
Okay.
You know.
What did he do?
He was feeling unwell. He'd done too much cannabis and too much food and gone to take a shower. He was sick in the shower, you understand.
Yeah. When you say sick in the shower, is what?
He threw up, vomited in the shower.
Okay.
With whatever he was eating, you understand. He was standing in the corridor, not completely indecent. He was wearing boxer shorts and socks, but the rest he was naked apart from boxer shorts. He'd had a shower. He wouldn't let anyone turn the shower off. It was just going, because I'd found the shower going, and then I saw Alex, and I thought he was having a shower, but apparently, I checked on him. He'd had a shower, and basically left the shower running, and the shower was running. He wouldn't let me turn it off. I said, well, there's no staff. I've looked for staff. There's no staff. No, let me finish. There was no staff, so I went to West Wing. I said, there's no staff in the East Wing. They said, I'm just making noise. I said, the police need to be called. If you don't call the police, I will call the police.
He have a phone to call the police.
Who does?
Phone, Alex. He have a phone.
Yeah, I spoke
a phone better than
I spoke to Alex. I spoke to Alex.
Okay.
I spoke to Alex. He wouldn't let me turn the shower off.
He knows. He doesn't need your help, so you shouldn't invade his privacy.
I wasn't invading his privacy.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're invading his privacy. Leave him alone.
He was sick. I was helping him.
No,
because
he doesn't need your help.
No, he doesn't need.
Did they ask you to help him?
Yeah, he wouldn't let anyone turn the shower. No, excuse me, you weren't here. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, call the police because then at least they can arrest you.
They won't arrest me, they'll arrest you. You've probably been drinking. You've been out, been shopping.
This is not the first time. He
wouldn't let you. That's wasting water. I'm calling Ali, the boss.
Yeah, no problem.
Where you been? Where were you? You weren't here.
I was there.
The staff wouldn't come. There was an incident.
If there is something you need to call the police.
I spoke to Alex.
Or the ambulance.
I spoke to Alex.
Alex doesn't need you.
No, Alex, I did.
You are coming and you are invading his privacy.
No, he wasn't. He never said that.
Stay away from him.
No, he was happy. It was cold. No, Alex was cold. I gave him something to put on to keep him warm. It was cold.
Mind your business.
No. I was doing staff's job.
Go and mind your business.
I'm calling the police, love.
Yeah.
I'm calling the police.
They
won't arrest me.
A lot of noise.
No, they won't.
They will.
You're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, you're making a lot of noise.
I'm on my knees, miss. I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees.
You're on your knees. You wasn't on your knees.
No, I just say I'm getting on my knees now.
So I'm gonna call the police.
I'm reporting an incident. I've set an alarm to check on Alex because I've checked his room. He's doing a lot of smoking.
Why are you coming and checking other people's bedroom?
I'm checking because it wouldn't pass inspection. He said he needs help. I said I'd help him. I'm doing staff job because there's no staff. What are you doing? Are you going to clean up that sick or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you cleaning up the sick? So you're doing the staff job now, but you weren't here to check on it. He's West Wing.
Yeah, no problem. You don't need. He's supposed to living here. This
you're doing your thing. You are intimidating.
It's not a nursery here.
Yeah, but he needs help.
So no. So you have your phone to call if you need help. Okay. I checked him hourly and he was fine.
Oh, you checked him hourly?
Thank you.
Also, you were gone for an hour.
If I check him at 4, he's good, and 4:15 is not good.
You
I'm not responsible of that.
You're not responsible. Then you were gone. If there was a fire, what you done? You were gone. You were gone for an hour.
Yeah, no problem.
Won't do that if there's a fire.
Please don't talk to me.
Can I just say I'm on my knees? Can I just say something?
Don't talk to me.
Miss,
too loud.
Miss, I spoke to Alex and I said, I'm calling him. Are you telling me to call the police? I said to Alex.
He's there.
I said to Alex.
He's there.
I don't care where my room is. I'm doing the staff job. I'm doing the staff job. You're drinking on duty. You are drinking on duty and going out. Every night you're going out. Yes, you're going out, aren't you?
That's the reason why I'm here.
Oh, it's the reason why you're here to go out. The reason why you're here is to go out for an hour. I've set alarms to check on Alex. He's smoking on his room. I'm calling the police. Yeah, I've set alarms to check on Alex. His room wouldn't pass inspection. I want me to help him. I've got a scratch card for you, Tim. I haven't done it. Do you want a scratch card? I bought a scratch card for you. I haven't done it. Do you want it?
Yes, please.
I'll go and get it, shall I? Okay. I don't know if it's I'm lucky because I never win, but I haven't done it. I hope you're lucky, Tim. I'll go and give it to you. I'm doing the staff job. Alex was sick in the shower. He was standing outside his shower, he was cold. He needed me to put a jacket on him. He needed me to get him to his room. I said, yeah, I'll call the police because there's no staff here. I'll call the police on them. He said, it doesn't matter, they won't come. That's what Alex said. That woman, she's had to go at me. She's been out for an hour. I'll probably, if there was a fire alarm's going. Would you know what to do if there was a fire alarm's going? Because there's no staff. Well, there's a fire. Alex is smoking in his room. I looked in his room. It wouldn't pass inspection. I said, do you need help? I'll give you help cleaning it up tomorrow. I said, you're smoking in your room. I said, you're not going to fall asleep with a lighted cigarette. Be smoking. He says, I'm all right. I set alarms to check on him half hourly. Well, you know, 5:15, quarter to 6. She's been out for an hour. She's drinking at night. She's drinking alcohol at night. She's been out for an hour. She says, yeah, I have to check him now. Alex should be in the West Wing because he had too much cannabis, he says, and he's eating too much. He was sick in the shower. He wouldn't let me turn the shower off. I had to put clothing on him. He had boxer shorts and socks, that's all. He was cold. I had to put a jacket of mine, a hoodie that I found on him and get him back to his room because he wouldn't let me turn the shower off. And he wasted water. Then I turned the shower off, opened the window, drained the sink. I won't clean up the sink. I just reported it to that cow and she's having a go at me. I'm on my knees, non-aggressive, and she's shouting at me. She couldn't hear me shouting. I've set my alarms to check on Alex because there could be a fire. And I thought, well, if there was a fire and no staff, well, fire alarms, first thing is fire alarms go off. Call the police, quickly call the police, which I would 999. There's alarms going off, got to check. And then just basically, see if there's a fire, just get everyone out and check if there's fire in it. But they don't even, if there's a fire, there's no one here. And he's smoking in his room and he's been sick and everything. I said, why have you fall asleep with a light cigarette, Alex? There's no staff here, fire alarm. It's chaos. No, people just, the fire alarm goes, do you ignore it, Tim? Most people ignore the fire alarm. Do you ignore when the fire alarm goes? What? I usually go outside. Yeah, but you think it's just a false alarm, do you? Yeah, everyone thinks it's a false alarm. What if there was a fire and there's no staff here? You got to ring, immediately hear an alarm, you got to ring 999 because fire alarm's going off. People could die. There's no staff here. People die. Alex should be in the West Wing. He needs help. He says she only has to check on him hourly. She was gone for an hour. It's not right. Not right, Tim. I'll go and get that scratch card. She's having to go at me saying, I'm going to go to jail. I call the police. We're going to no, they're meant to be looking after us. She's going to jail. Or losing her job. She's at least losing. I went to the West Wing, Tim. I went to the West Wing where there's two people there. There's always people in the West Wing, I think. And there's two people there in the West. Actually, when I went looking the other day, there was no one. I phoned the police because there was no one in West Wing or East Wing. I went to the West Wing where there's more support, and they didn't want to know. They just said, I said, there's an incident, I need help. There's no staff here. And they said, I was just shouting. I was just talking like this, you're just shouting. And they called the police. I said, I'll call the police. And I said to Alex, I'll call the police. And he said, there's no point, no one's going to come. There's no support here. And when I went looking a few weeks back, there was no one in the West Wing. I got all East Wing. I could find. She's drinking on. If there's a fire, Alex starts a fire. Everybody ignores it. He can die. Any of us can die. Do you realise that? If Alex started a fire, even if by accident, falling asleep with a light cigarette, there's no star. Alarms go off, people just ignore it. And that's every second get out. You know, alarms go off, you need to call the police and then get everyone out. You know, it could be life is dangerous. They don't know. Someone, Eric gave me Ali's number, the big boss for this place. I've lost it. If I could find them number, I'm ringing up their boss because they're endangering our lives. They are seriously endangering. It's Ali. I said I'd make Eric, the manager, if he's up to it, but I'm not even sure Eric's up to it. He says he is. He knows it's not run properly, this place. She's having a go at me, the cow. No, I'm on my knees saying, yeah, you'll go to jail, you're shouting. No, she's gone. She's gone out for a whole hour. And I don't even, she's drinking on at night sometimes. Gone out for a whole hour. She don't have to check on Alex for hourly. Gone out for a whole hour. And if there's fire in that time, alarm's going off, there's no one here, no one knows what to do, you just don't react to the alarms. I don't react to the alarms usually. I've just discovered recently there's no staff quite often. No one in the wing, and the West Wing don't care. They don't come over from West Wing to here if they're in there. And, and if there's we're all ignoring the alarms and there's no staff here, and there's a fire, every second, we're all dead. We're all dead. This is unbelievable. No one's taking care of us. miss? You cleaned up the sick?
He's alright.
Yeah, well, I've checked on him. I set alarms to check on him.
He's alright. You invaded his privacy.
I'm not invading privacy. I was helping him.
You do. And
if I don't
people are sleeping, please.
No, he was out there.
No, I'm not talking to you. People are sleeping.
Yeah, well, we're all dying in a potential fire. We're all dead. Your property, and we're all dead in a fire that goes on.
Yeah.
The alarm's gone.
Please don't make those noises. People are sleeping. You're not respecting people.
Oh, well, you're working. What time is it? And you're mopping outside people's doors?
Because I have to do that because you guys.
Yeah, what time is it? What time is it?
That's the reason why. And because this is my job, this is the policy. If you have a problem with that, go to the
Your attitude stinks.
Stop talking to me.
I'm calling Ali the top boss.
Go.
You're going to have property for an hour, and if the fire alarm's gone, you don't know.
I don't talk to you.
Okay, I'll talk quietly then, miss. I'll talk quietly. You're going to have property for an hour. You're going to have property for an hour, miss. And if there's a fire, no, everybody thinks to ignore the fire alarms. We're all dead in a fire, miss. When the fire alarms go off, everyone ignores it. And there's no one staff.
Stop making noise.
I'm talking quietly, miss. And you're mopping outside people's rooms. You're getting fired, miss. And you might even be in trouble with the police.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's better you call them, then they can arrest you.
Yeah, but
you are not respecting service users. You're invading their privacy.
No, I'm not. Alex was standing outside the shower. He was in trouble.
His bedroom. You went to his bedroom. You invade his privacy.
No. Go and ask Alex. Go and ask Alex. You're pointing your finger.
Write a message.
Miss, you've lost your job. You're drinking you're regularly drinking. You're regularly drinking on shift. You're going out, regularly go out and not here. You go out for an hour. What happens if there's a fire? If you go out for an hour, what happens if there's a fire? We're all dead. You've gone out for an hour. What happens? I'm calling that. Do you like Eric?
Please call, because then they...
No, I'm not calling the police.
Why you were there?
I'm calling the police. But do you know who else I'm calling?
Camilla, call.
Yeah, I'll call Camilla.
Because you will explain to her why you was in another person's bedroom.
I wasn't in it. I wasn't in his room.
Now you lie.
No, I wasn't.
You're such a liar.
I wasn't in his room. Do you realise I'm calling Ali, the boss, the head boss? Eric gave me Ali's number, the head boss.
You're such a liar, please.
Okay, you ask Eric. I didn't go in Alex's room.
Yeah, go. You went.
Why would I want to be in it?
You went there.
How do you know whether I was in Alex's room? I didn't go in his room. How do you know whether I was in Alex's room?
You are changing, isn't it? God.
What are you on about? Miss, you're a woman and you're very stupid. You are a stupid woman. You are a stupid woman. You're endangering all our lives. Miss, I'm recording this whole conversation and it will be going to the police. It will be going on the internet. It will be going on YouTube and Facebook, this whole conversation. You're going out for an hour, at least an hour, regularly. If there's a fire alarm, everybody ignores the fire alarms. No one calls that, then we're all dead in a fire. There's an incident with Alex. Alex was outside the shower. He wouldn't let anyone turn the shower off. It was cold. I gave him a jacket to keep warm. I got him to his room. I turned the shower off. I opened the window. I drained the sink. I checked on Alex. His room wouldn't pass inspection. I didn't go in. I said, are you all right? I said, you're not going to fall asleep with a light cigarette? I set alarms to check on him again and again because there's no staff here. I set alarms and I was going to check on him because if he sets on fire, there's no one here, staff to check on him. And if there's a fire, then there's no one to react to the fire alarms because the patients don't react to that. I would have to call if there was a fire alarm go off, I would have to call the 999 immediately for fire brigade and the alarms go off and then get everyone out and check see if there's a fire anywhere and there's no staff to check. And I'd gone over to West Wing and they weren't interested. They said I was just shouting and would not come over. I said there was an incident and I even spoke to Alex. I said I better call the police, there's no staff here. He said they won't come. I miss and I've got Ali's number. Eric did give it to me. If I can find it again, I will be calling your boss. I will be calling the police, miss. and this will all be going up on the internet. I saw that the incident, I wouldn't clean up the sink in the shower, but I did. Please turn the shower off and open the window and drain the sink. I put some warmth on Alex, got him to his room. I didn't go in his room. I checked on him, said you better not be smoking or falling asleep. Sleep with a cigarette. There's no stop it. I would set alarms to check on him again. And if there was a fire alarm, I would have got everybody out. There's no stop it to get anyone out. And this will be going on the internet. I will be talking to police. I will be talking to your boss, miss. I'll be talking to your boss. You regularly go out for at least an hour. And I've even checked once, and there was no stop in the West Wing either. And the West Wing don't even care. And they wouldn't come over. There was an incident. And I was doing your job, miss. The floor was slippy. I even got a board to put out. The floor was slippy. Turned the shower off. The board out in the corridor was slippy. Put a board out. It was slippy corridor. Turn the shower off and everything. Open the window. Turn the light off. Always turn the lights off that people leave on and flushing the toilet and opening windows and draining the sink and turn the shower off. And Alex said, well, I said, there's no staff, you need help. And I helped him. They said, well, we need to call police. And he said, they won't come. Anyway. And you're drinking on duty. You all right, Alex? You can keep that jacket if you want, Alex. Will you give evidence against them? Will you give evidence? Will you give evidence in the court of law against that woman? Will you give evidence in the court of law against that woman? She's not looking after you. If there was a fire, we all ignore the fire alarm. And who's going to react and call the police? The fire brigade would have to be called immediately. Will you give evidence against that woman? She's drinking on duty. She's going out for a whole hour. You don't think you have to be checked up for an hour. If you fell asleep with a cigarette, or I did, or even if I did, I was very, then everyone ignores the alarm. Then no one calling in the fire brigade. We could all be dead. What if I fell asleep with a cigarette? Or you fell asleep with a cigarette? There's no staff on property. And the West Wing aren't even bothered. If the alarms went off, who's going to call the fire brigade? Who's going to get everybody out? Will you give evidence against that woman? Will you? Alex, will you give evidence? She said I went in your room. I did not go in your room. She said I went in your room. I did not go in your room. I saw from the outside, the shutters. Your room was a mess. I saw from the outside, the shutters. Will you give evidence, Alex? This place, if there's a fire, we're all dead. And she's thinking on duty and going out for an hour. Glenn, will you give evidence against these people? They're not looking after us. No staff in the East Wing. The West Wing weren't bothered. If the fire alarms went off, we could all be dying of fire. You could die, I could die. Will you give evidence against that woman that probably drinks, and goes out regularly off property, who's going to be looking after us, and there's no one in the East Wing? If there's a fire, we're all dead. I could start a fire. Alex could be smoking in our room. Will you give evidence? I smoke in my room, I could fall asleep. I'm getting older with a light cigarette, so could Alex. His room wouldn't pass inspection, he needs help. I helped him with sticking the shower and all that. I helped him, I turned the shower off, I did everything that needed to be done. Open the window, drain the sink, and put caution, it was all slippy outside. Put a caution thing up, and also set alarms to check on Alex, because if there's a fire and there's no staff and no one to alert the public. You give evidence, you give evidence in the court of law, Glenn, because we're not being looked after. And Alex really needs to be in West Wing, where he's checked, and West Wing don't even care, they send me to the police. They're doing a terrible job, and Eric knows he's in one public. He's given me Ali, the boss's number, if I can find it again. I'm calling their boss and the police. Will you give evidence, Glenn, because someone does? This isn't right. You could die in a fire. This is serious. You know why the fire brigade is? How serious they think it is. It is serious. If there was a fire and it took hold, we could all die. I'm not joking. That's why fire brigade come. That's why they'll get all the equipment down the poles as fast as possible, because fire is lethal. Fire is lethal. It's a trap, and if you get trapped in a fire, you're dead. We give evidence, because it's quite possible fires have happened. They do happen sometimes. Fire alarms go off, no one's reacting to it, because there's no staff. No one's reacting to it. Well, no, you think fire alarm go off? Oh, man, it's a false alarm. But if there's a fire, I'll fall asleep with a cigarette. I do smoke in my room. Alex falls asleep with a cigarette. Then there's no staff to alert fire brigade, and then get everyone out, and then check. No, if we don't do it quickly, every second counts. We're all dead. What about the Grenfell Tower fire? You know, we're all dead. Do you realise your life is being endangered? No staff here. If there was a fire, every second counts. You need to immediately call the fire brigade, hearing the alarms, which no one would do that until you false alarm. No staff on property, and fire. Call the fire brigade, immediately get everybody out, knock it banging on the road. Out, out, out. This is it could be that whether it's a drill, whether it's fire or not, and then check for the fire, hope the fire brigade, and don't check, because this is serious. Fires happen, people die in fires, this is serious. You know, they're just acting like this, they're not looking after us, but you give evidence, because I will be giving my evidence. This is dangerous, they're endangering our lives, they really are. And I'm being abused and threatened with the police because I'm telling them this, and they'll accuse of shouting. They're going to do it. I'm going to talk to their boss and the police, and I'm going to put this all on the internet. And I was doing the staff job tonight. I was doing it correctly. They're not even on property. Well, you give evidence because they're endangering our lives. And what happens if there was a fire? They do happen sometimes. That's why we got fire brigade. Every second counts, and immediately hearing alarms called the fire brigade, and then get everybody out and then check where the fire is and whether it's stable check. Otherwise, we're all dead. And it does happen. It does happen sometimes. I could even start a fire. I'm smoking in my room, fall asleep. Alex could. I was doing the job of the staff tonight. It's ridiculous. Give evidence today because they're endangering your life, my life, and everyone's life. We'd be dead. What are we going to do after we're dead? We can't do anything, can we? Because the staff weren't here to look after us, and we're all dead. Got to give Sam the scratch card. I promised him a scratch card. Give him a scratch card. Well, I hope he's lucky. Hope he's lucky. Nice scratch card to Sam. Hope he's lucky. Hope he's lucky, Sam. Nice scratch card. Hope he's lucky. I'm never lucky. Mate, it went up to 100,000. Probably win nothing. They're con, really, aren't they? Scratch cards probably won't win anything. Anyway, let's hope he's lucky. If he's not, well, I'm never lucky, am I? Never been lucky in my life. Anyway, here we go. Where's Tim? Tim? Is it Tim? Here's a scratch card. Tim? Here's a scratch card. I haven't been done, but I'm not there. I hope you're lucky, but they're con, you know. You don't get, but you probably get 5 or nothing. Yeah. 1, 2. Try it. You might be lucky. Yeah, but I don't want anything. If it wins, keep it all to yourself, but probably won't win anything, Tim. But if you're lucky, be lucky. Hope you're lucky. I've got your fingers. Be lucky, but it's all yours, Tim. If you win, it's all yours. Anyway, I'm calling the boss, Ali, when I find the number's Ali's number. Eric knows it's not being run properly, this place. I said, I'll make him manager. I said, I don't even know if he can do that. He reckons he can do the job. Eric, he knows it's not being run properly. He reckons he can do the job. I don't know if he can. But I'd rather give him a go, because he knows it's not being run properly, Eric. I'd rather give him a go, because he says he can run the place properly. Well, I don't know whether I believe him. It's not being run properly now, so I'd give him a go, Eric. He gave me the number, Ali's number, to ring. He said he won't be manager. I'd give him the job. Give him a try, see if he can do the job. Because it's been run like... They're all endangering our lives at the moment. Eric, I'd at least give him a go. Because it's got to be better than people dying in a fire. Which is the way we go, and we're all going to die in a fire. I'd give Eric a go. But, you know, I don't know if he's up to the job. But it's got to be better than this. They're not running. They don't know how to run the places. They're all endangering our lives. Staff are endangering our lives. Anyway, what are you going to do? Anyway, never mind. I will be calling Ali if I can find the number. The boss, big boss. No point calling the police. I've called police before. They don't want to know police, actually. I will be calling the boss. And I will be putting this on the internet. On the internet, staff don't want to know. They just shout you down. They don't care. Police don't care. They don't do nothing. NHS doesn't care. So I'll be calling the boss, Ali. If I can find the number again, I'll get the number again off Eric. I say to Ali, give him a go. It's got to be better than what we got at the moment, where they're actually endangering our lives. And that woman just shouting at me, saying I got to jail. What for? You're supposed to be looking after me and the rest of us. We could all die in a fire. Why would I go to jail? She says I've been in Alex's room. No, I didn't. I just checked from the outside. He had the shutters open. We've all got shutters. I could see from the outside. We got shutters. He had the shutters open. His room was a mess. I offered to help him clean it up. It wouldn't pass inspection. And I could see he'd been smoking from the outside. He got shutters on his old hospital, Mandalay House. I could see he'd been smoking. I said, "You can't be smoking. You don't want to sleep with a light cigarette because we're all in danger of our lives." I set alarms to check on him later. But Saba got to return now. And Alex has actually gone out now of his room. I saw him just leaving with more clothing on. He's put a coat on it. I'd given him clothing to keep him warm and sent him back to his room and turned the shower off. He wouldn't let me turn off at first and saw the sink. I didn't clean up the sink, but I opened the window, turned the shower off, drained the sink. But there's all puddles outside in the corridor from Alex where the water come off him from probably going up the corridor, and I found one of those yellow signs, it's slippy and caution, and I set alarms because staff weren't here to check on Alex, and if any fire alarm, which the patients just ignore. Well, there was no staff apart from West Wing, and they weren't bothered. They said, I went to them, and they just said, "You're shouting, we'll call the police." Well, they don't call the police. And even if I called the police, Alex says no one cares, they wouldn't come. And basically, I set alarms to check on Alex, and but staff are back now. And if there had been any fire alarm, I'd immediately rung fire alarm. Usually we just ignore it, but no staff. I'd immediately rung the fire brigade and then got everyone out and then basically check for if there's a fire and fire brigade would come and check if there's a fire. Because it is lethal. There was a fire every second count and we could all die in a fire. And that's frightening that there's no staff. They've gone on property for at least an hour. Might even be drinking at work and they don't even care. Endangering our lives. Every second counts with a fire. Is shocking and unacceptable that they got a duty of care for us and they're failing us to support accommodation and not even here. That's the ones in the West Wing that when I checked once, there was no one in the West Wing either, but they were there, two of them, didn't even care and wouldn't attend an incident. There's two of them, not even one would come. I needed help with Alex, but I sorted it out myself. And there's no one that cares. They're just threatening me with the police when they're not doing their job. Threatening me with the police. Unbelievable.